Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our EGM Securities Update with Calvin. This was Trump's tweet. On Tuesday, Trump said China is actively trying to impact and change our election by attacking our farmers, ranchers, and industrial workers. He threatened great and fast economic retaliation against China if it targets those industries, and has promised $12 billion in aid to farmers punished by lower prices caused by tariffs. What I found interesting yesterday, and I'm sure you're going to touch on this, was that we didn't see a very big market reaction. We didn't see the gold sell off, the dollar strengthen, or even oil spiked higher big time.
Actually, considering the moment the news was released on Monday when Trump did talk about the increase of the tariff and everything, we had a slight big impact to us in the morning hours, but the market already absorbed the news. So the market will continue trading on its own because it has already factored in the news. But we'll see more impact when they implement, like on 24th September, when the US start implementing. The same, China have already reacted to Trump by increasing 25% tariff on what 60 billion of US good. So you see, it's kind of tag of war, yeah, tit for tat. And actually, China, they are very clear. It will be for a dollar. If the US they're gonna increase, China they're gonna increase. Now we have started seeing the consequence. Trump now has started having Plan B, like now giving the farmers 12 billion aid, because that in essence it will affect them when they start implementing this thing. If they will not come into dialogue, there will be big impact on US and China, and it will extend to the global.
Now here, gold, we've been in this range now. Look, if you look at that, well, that's nearly, goodness, that's more than a month.
Yeah.
With a very sort of tight range, right?
Sure.
$20 range.
Yeah.
But it's come off during the year because of the dollar strength. What are you seeing here? You're still range trading it, or what are you thinking?
I think we don't have the momentum to push the gold up. You remember on Monday I was quite bullish on gold, particularly on this trend. But immediately after the Trump news is where we saw this fell. But yesterday I said it very clearly, it will be playing in a range. So from yesterday up to date, it's still playing in a range. So for me, I'll advise trader, try as much as possible you capture this range between 1242, 1243 to 1197. You'll be making some decent money. There's nothing to worry on that. On the same, today we also want to look at the relationship between gold and silver. You'll see they tend to move in the same pattern.
Because someone always told me that, Ali Khan, silver is gold on steroids. Whatever gold is doing, silver will do it like to a multiple of 3. Is that true?
True, correct. Yeah. So you can also see the pattern is still the same actually. Also silver, it's playing in a range. This is when the Trump, the news that the market went up, now it's falling. It will play in this particular range between 14.2 to 5 and also around this region 14.135. So as a trader, I'll advise you you try to do a lot of scalping along the range. As of now, we will not see any trend because we don't have any major news that will affect gold or silver. We normally have a ratio between gold and silver. So it's another thing that also trader can look into. This is actually the ratio. It's a number that is calculated from the volatility of gold and silver. What normally this number indicates is if it's gonna go up, then it means gold and silver will fall. And if, on the other hand, this ratio falls down, gold and silver will go up. So for me, this can be a good technical indicator to give you some signal whether to buy or sell. So as much when you're doing a lot of trading on gold and silver, it's advisable you keep watch on this ratio.
It's cable. This has been a very interesting story, right? It's really, we're seeing strength come into sterling. From what I can see, I don't know what you're going to tell me, but it seems to me be driven by the politics and the language. If I'm listening closely to what the Europeans are saying, they seem to be wanting to accommodate the UK. What's this telling you?
Apart from that, also the positive news that you have had since last week, like the interest, the jobs, and the GDP number, they all came positive. Actually, this analysis, I did it on Monday. I've never changed it.
This was in
April.
Oh, wow.
17 April 2018.
So that was when optimism was very high. Look at that. That's so we've got a long way that we can go back.
Yeah.
And we went as low as 126 something.
Correct.
So that was a huge move.
Huge move. And considering if today the news will come bullish, It will tend to recover most of this trend because we are looking at the UK CPI, also the inflation number, of which I'm so positive because from last week it was positive news. Also this week it will be positive news. You remember this, I did it on Monday when the market was around this region and I said I went long. So actually this is a good product for a long-term trader. You just hit long and hold your product until the trend ends.
But you're saying this trend could go all the way back to here?
Yeah.
Yep. So what are the targets to the upside? What should people be looking? This is 38.2 Fibonacci, is it?
Correct, correct.
133.17. First target for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Second target, 135.22.
Awesome, yeah.
Okay, and then this is a key target for you?
61, yeah, 0.8.
Okay.
Once I reach here, it will be good. I'll have made some decent money. Yeah, and also depending on the fundamental side, if it continue coming bullish, I'll keep holding my position. It is the same concept. You see, like when this particular trend was falling up, if you had some good position here, there was no need for you to get to keep holding. You can even hold position for weeks, months, as long as it's going in your favor.
And then finally, were you going to touch on Brent?
Yeah, correct.
Yes,
Oil.
Because I saw that had a very big move yesterday.
Yeah, sure.
But where's the market at the moment?
The market is 78.95.
Yeah.
Particularly, you're able to see this was the big move that happened yesterday. There was these rumors from Saudi Arabia. They want to push the market to around 80. They are comfortable selling it above 80, but not below 80. So the moment that news came in, that's as to why people started buying at a lower price, so that maybe like mostly those who deal with the physical commodity, people who really buy the actual oil. So this was a good entry for them to buy because Saudi Arabia will eventually push the market up because they tend to regulate the price within the market. So that was the key reason as to why it went up. Still at the same effect that is happening on gold, trading in a range, even we'll still see the same range, but the difference in oil, it's much more volatile as compared to the one in gold and silver. So trader can still trade, particularly in this range, from 79.42 and also 77.35. From Monday, it has been playing along that range. So it's a good range to also do the scalping.
You don't think it's going to break out above these levels that we've tried to break up before? You don't see it running away to 80, 81, 82?
Actually, no. At this particular time, I'll say no. The reason being, it's waiting for the news, the sanction, the Iranian sanction, of which is next month. So until then is when we'll see quite huge volatility. As of now, it will play along the trend. Along the range itself. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Pleasure.